Hey, how's it going? Austin here for February 2021 Worship Catalyst Update. Just always super thankful for the opportunity to just share for a couple of minutes about what God is doing through you, through your prayers that you offer for the work of God through what we're doing, and also through your gifts. For those of you that are donors to Worship Catalyst, just so thankful for you making everything possible. And I want to just give you a couple of highlights. One thing that we're working on, as we always do, as we start to kind of think about in the spring, is we start to think about our Zona summer camp for teenagers. And we always have a big group of these students that we help with, become worship leaders, whether they're instrumentalists or actors or whatever. And we kind of work with them with their hearts as well as their skills and their gifts throughout that camp. And this year will be no different. We're going to get an opportunity to do that in a little bit of a different way. The camp is shifting. Mike Michalzik and I went and visited. The camp is moving. We went and visited the new location, which is Glorieta, New Mexico. You see a couple of pictures here. It's snowy now, but it won't be in the summer. And we are going to get a chance to kind of reinvent a little bit of what Zona Camp looks like so that we can continue to serve these students and help develop them as worship leaders. So we're excited for the opportunity to do that as we lead the production efforts there as well. Also, and I'm going to give you an interview on this in a little bit. We did a Worship Leader Essentials weekend in Dallas just a few weeks ago, and I'm going to show you an interview in a minute. But we also have another one coming up in March here in just a week or two, and then also coming up in March, I wanted to tell you about. We have this opportunity to go down to San Diego. We already have a hub there through one leader, but a lot of our cities where we have hubs, it's not good to just have one leader because the city is so vast. And so we are going to get the opportunity in San Diego to expand that to 3 different regions, which if you've ever been to San Diego County before, it's really spread out. And so there's 3 great leaders there that we're going to be going down and investing in and training them and getting them ready to really start helping churches as they get started. And so that's going to be an awesome time in March as well. So a lot coming up. One last thing that we're working on, just that you can be in prayer and be thinking about, is we're working on our next video series for training. And, some of you know that late last year, we released a video series for worship leaders on a leadership development process that they could have, or a leadership structure for their creative arts ministry. And that's been going great. People are getting a lot of use and help out of that. And so we're adding on to that by doing a video series on the things that it takes to be a great worship leader. And just super excited about being able to create this and then get it out to the worship leaders all over the place and then get better at what they do. And all of that, man, you listen to that, and there's just so many people being impacted because of your faithfulness. And so thank you for being faithful. Thank you for being faithful to watching these videos, to praying for us, to giving. And more of that going forward is going to be necessary as we continue to expand on what God is asking us to do. All right, before we go, I interviewed one of the pastors that we got to invest in, a church planter in Texas, just a few weeks ago. And so I wanted to show you that interview with him, and then that'll be it. So God bless you. Have a good week. Hey guys, Austin here. And we just finished up a Worship Leader Essentials weekend here in Dallas, Texas. And super excited. This is Chris Hughes. And Chris is pastor, one of the pastors that came to this, man, here in Northeast Texas, I guess they call it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and so Chris, man, he seems pretty fired up to me, so I thought we might talk. So, man, what's got you so fired up about Worship Leader Essentials and all this?
Good question. Hey, I think just culturally speaking, from my background, when pastors preached the message, it was something like total. We didn't share a whole lot of what our message was going to be, except for Sunday. So it was just almost something mystical that was reserved for that Sunday morning. Yeah. Well, now our wheels are really thinking or turning towards how can we do it as a team.
That's good.
So I don't feel all of the pressure that I would normally feel every day of my life building up to Sunday. Right. Now it becomes part of a shared event. And so you guys help bring that to light for us. So I'm really excited to be able to pass that and share that, what has been a burden to us, to me, but now it's shared. And I think everybody's excited to bring their part and play their part as well.
That's awesome, man. So as you think about some of the things that we talked about throughout the week, like the worship playing pieces and the covenant relationship pieces and all the different things we talked about and the leadership structures. What do you think are one or two things that you're like, we're going to do this, we're going to apply this?
Well, as I told you, we were actually we were preparing to launch and COVID hit.
Right.
And we did really good. We were somewhat forced to go online. Mm-hmm. We weren't prepared, but we went online, and we've done as much as we thought that we could have done, just right there in the house, green screen, all of those things. Mm-hmm. But now we're starting to think even outside of that.
Yeah.
You know, how can we take that camera, those lenses, and how can we use the backdrop of some just normal building or something to explain and tell a story, somewhat like Jesus did with parables when he was ministering.
Yes, indeed, man.
Yes.
Cool. So what's the name of your church?
It's City on the Hill International.
City on the Hill International, man. I want you guys to be praying for Chris and his teams, worship leaders named Marcus. We're going to start a 5-month mentoring process with Marcus now as a part of Worship Leader Essentials, and we're super excited to do that. And my prayer and our hope for you, be praying for Chris and his team. Because our prayer and our hope for you, man, is that you guys get more and more effective at not only connecting people with Jesus, like in your congregation, but that they would go out and win hundreds and thousands of people to Christ, man.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're going to be praying for about you, okay?
Thanks a lot.
All right, man. Thank you, Chris. Thank you guys for participating in everything you do, man. You're supporting guys, church planners like Chris Hughes right here in North Texas, reaching his community with the gospel. Thank you very much. See you.
Thank you.